Big projects are often exciting and full of potential. However, even the biggest and most ambitious plans can end in disaster. Here are top 10 government projects that went horribly wrong, showing how things can go wrong despite the best intentions and efforts. 1. Nukegate. In the late 2000s, South Carolina embarked on a bold plan to expand its nuclear energy capabilities. The VC Summer Nuclear Station in Jenkinsville, already operational, was to be expanded with 2 new reactors, costing around $9 billion. Construction was set to start in 2012, with the first reactor expected to be operational by 2016. Westinghouse Electric Company, a Toshiba-owned entity, was tasked with the construction. However, the project faced immediate setbacks. Delays in construction, manufacturing issues, redesigns, and labor problems caused costs to balloon by $1.2 billion. By 2017, the project had spiraled to over $25 billion. Despite knowing about the project's doomed prospects, SC Electric and Gas, SCNG, and the South Carolina Public Service Authority, known as Santee Cooper, continued to funnel money into it. The project's ultimate failure came when Westinghouse declared bankruptcy and all parties withdrew, leaving South Carolina taxpayers with the bill. A law passed in 2007 allowed utility companies to pass on the construction risks to customers, leading to higher rates to fund the project. As a result, South Carolinians may be paying for these failed reactors until 2039, with nothing to show for it. 2. The Viant Dam Disaster. The Viant Dam in Italy, completed in 1960, was one of the tallest dams in the world, creating a massive reservoir on the Viant River. Concerns about the dam's safety arose due to the landslide-prone nature of the surrounding mountain, Mont Tauk. Despite warnings and a local newspaper's claims about a potential disaster, the construction proceeded. In October 1963, a massive landslide from Mont Tauk sent 260 million cubic meters of earth into the reservoir, causing a tsunami that crashed over the dam. The wave devastated villages below, killing nearly 2,000 people. The dam itself remained intact, but the disaster was one of the worst in Italian history. The government called it an act of God, but many criticized the decision to build the dam in such a hazardous location. 3. The Yuju Financial District. The Yuju Financial District, located outside Tianjin, China, was meant to be the future center of world trade. With its grand buildings and modern architecture, it was intended to rival cities like Paris, London, and New York. Launched in 2008 with a $50 billion budget, the project aimed to create a Chinese version of Manhattan, complete with a Rockefeller Center and a replica of the Twin Towers. However, the ambitious project has largely failed to meet its goals. Yuju was supposed to be fully operational by 2019, but as of today, it remains largely unoccupied. Located about 120 miles from Beijing, the city has been idle since 2015. Of the planned 164 million square feet of office space, only about 20% is occupied. Construction cranes stand idle, and half-finished buildings look like abandoned skeletons. The large shopping mall features only a few shoppers, and a pet store is notably empty of animals. The city, once envisioned as a bustling hub of economic activity, now stands as a ghost town, a stark contrast to its intended glory. 4. The collapse of the GAO Bridge. Uli Township, a small community in southeastern Taiwan, relies on 3 crossings to access Route 9 and the rest of the country. One of these crossings, the 2,000-foot GAO Bridge, was crucial for the area due to its central location. On September 19, 2022, a devastating 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck eastern Taiwan, following a 6.4 magnitude tremor hours earlier. Within 48 hours, 17 earthquakes were recorded, leaving the GAO Bridge in ruins. Drone footage revealed a twisted heap of concrete and metal, with half a mile of the bridge collapsed into the riverbed. Despite the catastrophic failure, most of the asphalt remained intact, suggesting that the main problem lay with the bridge's supporting pillars rather than the road itself. Fortunately, rescue crews were able to evacuate people from crumbling buildings thanks to prior warnings. Only 3 vehicles fell into the river, and their occupants were unharmed. The cost of repairing the bridge is uncertain, and it remains to be seen if there are hidden structural weaknesses similar to those found in the Quinua Bridge in Pennsylvania. This disaster, caused by Mother Nature's raw power, left hundreds stranded but ultimately did not result in further fatalities. 5. The John Hancock Tower. The John Hancock Tower, officially known as 200 Clarendon Street, was designed by the renowned architect I.M. Pei and completed in 1976. This 60-story, 790-foot-tall skyscraper was envisioned as a modern marvel with its all-glass curtain wall, giving it a distinctively reflective look. However, shortly after its completion, a serious problem arose. Large, heavy glass panes began to detach from the building's facade and fall to the ground. This issue, known as glass falling, posed a significant safety risk to pedestrians and property. The problem stemmed from a complex mix of factors, including the thermal expansion and contraction of the glass panels. Designed to allow for minor movement, the curtain wall could not handle Boston's extreme temperature fluctuations, causing the glass to expand and contract beyond the original design's limits. The situation worsened in winter, when the cold caused the glass to contract drastically, leading to entire panels becoming dislodged. In one case, a 500-pound glass pane fell to the ground. To resolve this dangerous issue, engineers and architects implemented a zipper gasket system, allowing for controlled movement of the glass panels while keeping them securely attached. 6. The Kure Power Plant. In Mississippi, the Kure Power Plant was envisioned as a revolutionary facility, promising cheap and clean energy by burning lignite coal, the cheapest and most abundant type. The $7.5 billion project was touted as a technological marvel, comparable to the moon landing. Politicians promised it would create jobs and reduce dependence on foreign oil. However, the project was plagued with issues from the start. It was soon revealed that the plant's clean coal promises were unrealistic. Documents showed that officials knew about construction problems and design flaws long before the project was halted. Like Nukegate, a law allowed companies to increase energy rates to fund the plant, leaving taxpayers and customers with a hefty bill. Eventually, the project switched to natural gas. The entire endeavor became a symbol of wasted resources and unfulfilled promises. 7. The Evergrande Stadium Fiasco. In China, the Evergrande Group embarked on an ambitious project to build the world's largest soccer-specific stadium in Guangzhou. With a lotus flower design and a $1.7 billion price tag, the stadium was supposed to hold around 100,000 spectators. Construction began in 2020, but the COVID-19 pandemic and China's strict lockdown rules made progress difficult. Evergrande, once a leading real estate developer, faced financial troubles and was heavily indebted. By 2021, the Chinese government seized the stadium and transferred it to a state-owned firm. The project was officially canceled in 2022, leaving the stadium less than half-finished and resembling a giant, incomplete structure. The abandoned site stands as a monument to failed ambition and financial mismanagement. 8. Ciudad Real Central Airport, Spain. Spain, a prime travel destination in Europe, inspired the creation of Ciudad Real Central Airport, envisioned as an alternative to Madrid's overcrowded main airport. With one of Europe's top 5 longest runways, it aimed to serve 2 million passengers annually, a fraction of Madrid's 70 million capacity. Operational in 2009 at a $1.3 billion expense, the airport's prospects faltered when the project's company filed for bankruptcy in 2012. The airport's remote location, 200 kilometers from Madrid, deterred travelers and airlines, leading to its reduction to a single small-time carrier. By 2012, it had amassed a $350 million debt and went into receivership. Auctioned in 2013, the airport gained notoriety as an abandoned site on Top Gear in 2014. After failed auctions, new owners acquired it in 2019. During the COVID-19 pandemic, they repurposed it as a storage facility for grounded planes due to its dry climate and long runway. By August 2020, it housed 65 planes with plans for over 300. Despite this adaptation, the airport remains largely unused for passenger flights. 9. Naypyidaw, Myanmar. Naypyidaw, Myanmar's new capital, was built from scratch starting in 2002. Announced publicly in November 2005, the name Naypyidaw, meaning the king's residence, was revealed 4 months later. The reasons for moving the capital remain unclear, with speculations ranging from fears of a sea attack to advice from astrologers. Yangon, the former capital, was reaching its infrastructural limits and was established during British rule to benefit the British Navy. Shifting to a more central location seemed logical. Naypyidaw was constructed quickly, with successive governments investing $4 billion into the city. It features a 20-lane highway, over 100 luxury hotels, golf courses, museums, and a 99-meter-tall replica of a Yangon landmark. However, the city's population is under 1 million, with many preferring the suburbs. Issues such as inadequate health facilities, limited educational options, and few economic opportunities make it less attractive. Often described as a ghost town, its highway is empty, and its airport, which can handle 3.5 million passengers a year, sees minimal use. Despite its futuristic design, Naypyidaw remains largely underused and ineffective for most of Myanmar's population. 10. Golden Finance 117. Golden Finance 117 in Tianjin, China, holds the dubious record for the world's tallest skyscraper. Standing at 1,957 feet with 128 stories, it was designed as a luxury development, part of the Golden Metropolitan Plan. The building's centerpiece was intended to be a 3-story diamond-shaped observation deck offering upscale amenities. Construction began in 2008 but faced numerous setbacks. The Great Recession halted work, and a Chinese stock market crash in 2015 further delayed progress. By 2018, China's new regulations banned buildings taller than 1,640 feet, leaving Golden Finance 117 at 1,957 feet, unable to continue construction. As of 2024, the building remains unfinished and unoccupied, making it the tallest unoccupied building in the world, a record that highlights its failure rather than its grandeur. These projects show that even the most well-intentioned and grandiose plans can face unexpected difficulties. They remind us that big ideas require careful planning, execution, and sometimes a bit of luck to succeed. If you enjoyed our video, subscribe for more great content. Thanks.